It's
Mommy.
hello, everybody, and welcome to Chance's Chat and Friends Live. I am Doc G, and hopefully other people will be joining us. We have Chance McFadden here today as our guest. He's our host, and this is for information purposes only, or may not be. Welcome to Chance's Chat.
Wyatt's with us, but he's having computer problems. I do want to introduce you to Doc G. He's our producer, and he's the guy that makes it all possible that we are here. Hello, Michelle. And Doc G is sporting the super shirt tonight, so that makes Doc G and I Wonder Twins, okay?
Wonder Twins. There you go.
Blunder twins.
Blunder Twins. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, my God. Okay, we're going to have a good time tonight, and I'm going to be doing something that I haven't done in a while, and that is scolding some people.
Uh-oh.
Yes, hello, Mindy.
How dare you?
I'm going to be scolding a lot of people, okay?
How dare you?
Anybody's listening tonight and you still got your money in the bank, you're getting a good scolding. Or as Popeye would say it, you're going to get a good arse chewing. Okay?
Say that.
Yeah. Anyway, because, guys, there is so much going on. I got an update from KD, and we're really not going to put that out there yet. I'm not going to put KD's update out yet because I've still got to vet some information. Okay? Say, you going to dance, Mickey, or what?
Don't do it.
Oh, well, dance. They can all see you dance. My son.
Yeah, I'm here too.
Yeah. So anyway, here's what's going on. Banks, courts, judges, HOAs, and counties are all involved in criminal activity. Are you listening to me? Do you have $100,000 in the bank? If so, you're much richer than I am. Good for you. I'm happy for you. But I'm much better off than you are. Because if you leave your money in the bank, guess what's going to happen to you? I will automatically, with my $213 emergency fund money that I have set aside, listen, I ain't playing. $213. That's my emergency fund money, okay? Now, you can't mess around with me because I'm ready, okay? But I can literally be wealthier than you people that have $100,000 or $200,000 in the bank if you don't take your money out of the bank. Because Wyatt, as soon as he comes on, is going to give us some information. He's going to give us some information about what is going on with the banks and what is going on with the courts. I'm going to have to turn around here and slap this dog. Are they loud enough for you?
Yeah, they're loud.
Oh, my God. Okay. So anyway, my son will take care of him in a minute. Yes, Underdog is here. You can see by his shirt. See, we've got Underdog. Underdog is here somewhere. That is the Underdog shirt, by the way. Daddy, shut up! My God. At least you can't say they're not happy. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. Okay. I can't. There is. This is the other room. Okay, there is no other room.
There's no other room.
We literally. I come from a family of hoarders, and we literally live out of 3 rooms in the house. So there you go. That's too much information. Wyatt, glad to see you back, brother.
Oh, man. I tell you, this computer of mine is a absolute I'm trying to get myself sorted out here. Are we on air?
Yep.
We are. Hello, everyone. I do apologise. I have a murder of... And there is...
Wow. Is he cutting out on your end, Doc?
Cutting out, and then I can hear your fan.
Oh, well, we'll get back in a minute.
Hold on. Wyatt, we can't hear you.
You can?
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Okay. Look, I'm going to have to make this short and sweet because I don't think I'm going to be able to get onto here again. And so, no, that's all right. There's a lot of confusion about the banking collapse that Chance and I are talking about. And there are people that are panicking. Now, I got an email from one of the gurus, shall we say, and he doesn't like the fact that we said the banks are going to collapse. Well, they are, but not in the way that everybody thinks. What is going to happen is that the banks are going to transition from being banks to wealth management centers. Right. All right. So there is a diametric change that's going to happen in the banking industry. Now, you're going to see bank closures for sure because of the fact that every bank, including the branches, must have gold in the vault in the new system. All right. They must have the gold. If they do not have the gold, they have to close their doors. And we've already started seeing bank branches closing down because they don't actually have a vault in the branch. So, and that's happening even in Australia. So that you're going to see that a lot of these, the local banks are going to close. You're going to have a headquarter bank in whatever city you're in, and that will be the bank you will go to. But they will, when in the new system, will be wealth management, right? So that's where the collapse is going to happen, right? Because they're changing the banks, the way the banks operate. Now, Wells Fargo and JP Morgan Chase have put things into place now where for digital compliance. That's not a good thing. That's a deep state thing that they're trying to stop. You know, the revaluation, they're trying to stop you getting any benefit because banks are losing all of their power. And the deep state are absolutely a caged animal right now, in a cage, and we're trying to get them out and they're fighting back, right? That is what is going on, especially in the banking industry. But there's no cause for panic. But the thing is, you know, we are suggesting you take your money out, and the reason being is because when the 10 days comes, we don't know what's going to happen there. We're going to need cash to deal with other people, to buy things, right? So, you know, this is why we're telling people to get money out. We're not trying to give fear porn like it has been alleged by this particular individual. It's not that at all. We are saying get yourself prepared. And I'm telling you, right now, there's not much in the way of intel or news coming through. And the reason for that is because it's all happening quietly in the background, right? It has to be done this way. They're not communicating or telegraphing their plans to us. And this is the perfect time in which you need to start preparing. You need to start preparing for your RV, getting if you've got the chances, protocol RV documents, get those, go through it, follow the instructions, get yourself prepared, have it all ready to go, because you could be getting that notification any day now, right? Any day. So this is your time to prepare. Prepare your trust. You may need it, you may not. You may, if you go there without a trust, they may end up offering you a trust at the exchange.
That's what I heard.
And I've heard it's possible too. But if you've got it prepared and you've got it all set up, ready to go, they're going to look at you in a different way altogether. They're going to look at you and say, geez, this person's done their homework. We're going to give them a higher rate. That's most likely what's going to happen. This is why we say, get yourself prepared, get your money out, get the extra food in your cupboard, get it ready, because we don't know exactly how this is all going to play out. Now, I have to apologise to people because I believed that it was going to happen on the 29th of this month, and it didn't. So there are reasons for that, because other events have not occurred, and there are still quite a few events that have to occur. Now, gold right now is is causing problems for the stock market. It's affecting shares and whatnot like that, and it's part of the de-dollarization, right? So there are things in place that the stock market is trying to do to stop that, because they're deep state. They're all about the high end of town. They don't care about little man on the street. So we've got to see arrests before anything really happens, right? Insofar as the RV, we are seeing that Hillary, Comey, Brennan, Clapper, and all of these people that hadn't been in the news for a long time are now in the news. They're being put into the spotlight because they're being exposed. It's all starting to come out, right? The arrests of the deep state, and particularly these guys, is very, very close, very close. But they have to be exposed first. We have to go back and remember what they said and what they did. And that's why they've been put in the spotlight, because a lot of people have forgotten about it because we're focused on other things. But insofar as anything else is concerned, I would just say to you, 520-741-8, get those numbers activated, get that matrix activated, because you are the 369 energy, right? And visualize what you want and what you need, more importantly, as we move forward. Now, I don't know exactly when this is going to happen. We're now approaching June. President Trump at one point said that the 4th of July was going to be something to celebrate, to truly celebrate. I do believe that this may very well happen between now and the 4th of July. But we've got to go through a little bit more tribulation at the moment, all right? Now, Australia is bringing in 50,000 immigrants every day, and they're getting citizenship within 3 months. This is a plan that's not working well, or it's not going to end up working well. So we in Australia have Biden 3.0 with our government. It's going to fail. The tariffs are starting to kick in, which means that prices are going to go up, the cost of living is going to go up, and there's going to be no real rises in age pensions or anything like that, right? So people are going to hurt in Australia. And this is all part of the takedown, right? What's going to happen is that Australia is going to be broken financially, and then President Trump will be able to walk in and take over and get the country back to the way it's supposed to be. So that's pretty much everything that I've got, other than to say I am very sorry for saying that I believe that we will be getting notifications by the 29th. That is appears not to be the case. There are certain people, Chance being one of them at the present moment, although being on an NDA, has not been able to do his exchanges yet, as far as I'm aware. And there is a reason for that. Everything is planned meticulously. So thank you, Chance. Thank you, Doc. I will see you guys next week.
We love you, brother. You take care. And I know you're having internet problems. We'll see you next week. And if you want to pop back on later on, you're welcome. Always welcome here.
Well, I've got the computer doing a repair at the moment. I'm hoping that's going to fix it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do a fresh install, which it's a pain.
I know it. I'm going to tell you, it's nothing. There's nothing worse than computer problems.
Well, nothing. So I can tell you that.
My NDA. All right. Okay, Wyatt. We'll see you later on. Blessings to you, brother. Blessings. Fascinating.
Okay, blessings.
Will not be with us tonight because he's got a terrible headache, and we do have the stem cell ladies patch ladies coming on later on at 8:15, and at 8:45 we got Dr. Weedman coming on, and the manifest numbers. Oh, let's go over that. 520-7418. These are numbers we can't debate, because God wants all of us to have abundance. Anything less would be redundant. 520-7418. Okay, what those are is that's part of the Graboboichi code or something like that. I can't pronounce that word either, Maria. Graboboichi code or something like that. But it actually, those are numbers that you use to destroy the matrix. It's actually a form of a prayer, positive energy, white magic, you can even call it if you like. And what it does is it is a voicing of completion. So you can use 520-7418 for money problems, for health problems, for marital problems, whatever you want to complete. If you can't get your car fixed, say the 520 prayer. It's a prayer. It works. I've seen some miraculous things happen to me and other people around me as a result of using this. Okay. Now let's just talk about the Doge checks. Okay. Guys, I just got word today that the Doge checks are all bullshit. They're all bullshit. It's all hype. And I don't know. I'm not sure who created the hype. I'm not sure of it. But there's not going to be any. Now, there is talk about Social Security check increases after Memorial Day weekend. Now, whether that happens or not, I'm just like you. I'm left out in the cold. I will. I use 520-7418 like literally like a religion. Okay. I have had manifestations happen for me and people around me because I used it. And when it happens for me or other people, and Doc G knows what I'm talking about, that I'm just pleased as punch that I could call him up and say, hey, this happened. And, and then I hear the smile on his face because, we have accomplished something that's very hard to accomplish nowadays. And so what I want you all to do, This is going to be kind of a recap of what I talked about Tuesday night on my private Telegram channel. You cannot get into my private Telegram channel unless you have an invitation. If you don't have an invitation, you're not going to get in. You can't even find it on Telegram. That's how private it is. It's a real exclusive club of about 1,500 people. Okay? So what I want you to do is send me an email to chancemusic@yahoo.com. Include your name, your Telegram name, your phone number, your address, your social security number, and your credit card number. I'm just kidding on that. No, I don't want your social security number. I'm starting to sound like an infomercial. Or Soupy Sales. Remember Soupy Sales? Now, kids, when mom and dad is sleeping, you go in there and get in dad's wallet and open it up real quiet. Don't wake anybody up. And grab all those green pieces of paper and put them in the envelope and mail them to me, Soupy Sales, at so-and-so radio station in New York City. And he got hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's unbelievable. Yes, good for her. Good for her. She got a good Social Security check. Good. I'm glad to hear about that. I'm glad to hear anybody getting any money nowadays. It's really tough to come by. What we need to do is work together. Okay. And I've had so many things happen to me this week that I want to, he said the 29th, but it's only the 23rd. Yeah, it's not going to, we are anticipating things not happening on the 29th. Now, why is that? Okay. Well, if you listen to what Wyatt said, one thing he didn't say was there's a lot of banks, Chase, Wells Fargo, and what was the other one?
Bank of America.
Bank of America. Okay. And they're talking about being compliant. They're not 100% compliant. That's what the problem is. They're partially compliant, but that's not good enough. That's like saying I'm just a little pregnant. Okay. Yeah, you're either pregnant or you're not. You're either compliant or you're not. Okay. And the banks are lying. Now, I want to talk to you about foreclosures and banks lying and bankers lying and cheating and the straw man. Everything that the banks do is based on fraud. It's based on lies. It's based on manipulation. In fact, even according to federal law, under the continuity of government for the corporation, which is disappearing quickly, okay, once you put that money in the bank, it don't belong to you. It belongs to them. Huh? How do you figure that, Chance? Well, that's a good question. I wish I could answer that. But welcome to the Cable Guys Network, because that's what happened. Okay, yeah, I might have, Linda, I might have misread or misunderstood your comment. I'm sorry. You're going to have to be a little bit more expletive, because it's hard for me to. Will money and valuables in a bank lockbox be returned if that bank goes belly up? I wouldn't hold my breath on that, brother. No, I wouldn't hold my breath on that, because, listen, this is a money grab time. It's money grab time. Okay? Banks are doing it. Courts are doing it. County clerks are doing it. Judges are doing it. Courthouses are doing it. The sheriff's deputies, credit unions aren't no better. If they're not compliant, they're not compliant. Okay? This is why I'm telling you, cash will be king. Now, after the quantum financial system is operative, it is operative, but it's not functional. Okay, it's working 100%, but we just don't have access to it yet. Once we do, then it'll be okay for you to do something, okay?
Chance,
But
does everybody really understand why banks are closing?
no, I don't think they do. I don't think
Can you explain to them that fractional reserve means they're lending money out of nothing?
Yes, you're exactly
That's
right. Okay.
partially why they're closing.
Yeah, let me tell you about fractional reserve banking in a very, very. I could go really deep into this, and you would really, you wouldn't be able to understand this. But I'm gonna put it in a way that for fractional reserve banking. Okay, I'm Chance McFadden. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm going to go into this bank here and put $10 million in the bank so I can operate my businesses. Here's $10 million. Oh, we just got a $10 million deposit. Joe Blow, president of the bank, says, that means we could create $100 million of money out of this $10 million because we made the money, we make the banking rules, we make the game, and we make all the game boards, and we make all the game pieces. So it's our money, and we can do whatever we want to with it. Fractional reserve banking. Yes, $100 million that we can create out of nothing. That's the way fractional banking works. Okay? There is a list, but now we know the list has been compromised. KJ, the list has been compromised. We're not going to know who's compliant or not because they're lying. Okay? Have you ever had a banker lie to you? Have you ever had a banker cheat you? Have you ever had a banker or heard of a banker repossessing a house because of the payments? Did you ever know that once you sign your name on the dotted line that your house is paid for? Because they get paid. Here's how this works, guys. Follow me on this. This is one of the most forked up financial systems that you could even imagine. Okay? This is my Strawman account over here. My Strawman account's over here. I don't know it exists, but it's over here. And it's got a lot of money on it. Okay? But I don't know that. I'm just a citizen, okay? I just work and pay my bills. I'm going to buy a house. Okay, well, Mr. McFadden, your house that you want to buy is $50,000. It'll be a 10% down payment and 10% a year interest. Okay, here's my 10%. I want to buy this $50,000. Okay, go ahead. But what they do is they go in here and they get this money out of the Strawman account and they loan you your own money. And then they charge you interest for it. Basically, your loan is paid for when you borrowed the money. But you don't know that. You're not supposed to know that because that's part of the fraud. That's the part of the game. They created a game board. They created the game pieces. They created the money, and they created the rules. So, how do you like me now? I'm a banker. I'm going to smile at you all the way in. Come on in here and deposit your money because we're going to get 10 times that. We're going to make 10 times of that. And the Federal Reserve's going to let us do it. And welcome to the world of fractional banking. Okay? Thanks,
Hey,
Lee.
by the way, Chance, I'll just say this real quick, and I don't want to interrupt you, but my good friend Jordan Maxwell used to say, banks cannot loan money. Now, when you think about that, what are they doing? They're loaning you your money. They're not loaning them their money.
That's right.
That's why they're able to do it.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, yes, there's going to be an increase in Social Security, but it's not going to be called Social Security. It's going to be called let me think. It's a basic. One minute. Universal Basic Income. It's going to be called UBI, Universal
UBI.
Basic Income. That's what it's going to be called. I got to shut these dogs up.
Can I answer, Linda? Linda, I'm going to answer you real quick. When you say you're an unknowing bank employee, that means like you're working for the Freemasons and you don't know that the top is really bad, but you're just working for the company. And that's
Right.
what it is. You don't know you don't know because everybody's in the system. So you don't think you're being played. But we all are being played. Everybody's being played. Go ahead, Chance.
I can't wait till I can wake up some morning and this entire nightmare is over with. I can't. It's to the point, and I mean this. I am scared to drive to the grocery store for fear a cop's going to pull me over. Luckily, I live 2 blocks from everything, so I don't have far to drive. But when I go out of town to see, to visit my wife in the nursing home, or when I go to Burlington to get dog food or whatever I got to do, I'm scared, okay? Because everything is a cash grab. I drive like an old woman. I drive 45 miles an hour. I got my insurance card on my phone. And yeah, I hear you. And I got, my tags are paid and registration's all good. Yeah, I get it. Okay, I saved a woman, a dog, and a home, all documented, and the SSA denied me her pay twice. Once before I was a legal guardian, and the other after guardian. We are now step 2 to go in front of administrative law. I don't want to talk about that. Courts are corrupt. What's the deal with Bitcoin? It's always been nefarious and run by the deep state. So why are some people saying it's XRP in disguise or it's going through the roof? Okay. I'm gonna ask you about something. Here's my Bitcoin. Do you see it? You see my Bitcoin? Oh, wait a minute. Do you see my Bitcoin? Isn't it lovely? Wait a minute, I don't have any. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Bitcoin, there's people that's made money with it. And I'm not saying you can't make money with it. But crypto, what's the main part of cryptocurrency? CRYPT, invisible crap. You're right, Lay. It's death. It's dead currency. You're not going to get any reason. Judge, there's 4 steps to the appeal process with SSA. Any help would be appreciated. I could give you a big consultation on that if you want. You'd have to set up an appointment with me at chancemusic@yahoo.com. I did go through the administrative process with my son's Social Security disability, and I was very, 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 very successful. The key to having an administrative decision on something like this is to make the judge feel like he's Santa Claus. Okay. Cryptocurrency is a huge Ponzi scheme, in my opinion. There's going to be people that'll argue with me till the end of time.
I know.
And you know what? Go ahead and argue. I don't give a damn, because if I can't hold it in my hand, I don't own it. Okay? I got all my currency in a briefcase in my bedroom. Okay? I hold it. I own it. I have my silver in my briefcase in my bedroom. I hold it. I own it. I have no cryptocurrency because I have no way to hold it. And that means I have no way to own it. Argue with me on that. But you can do this, and you can get a wallet, and you can, and it's going to be the future. Want to bet? You want to bet? What did the Native Americans use for currency back in the Western days? Doc, do you know?
Buffaloes, chickens, any type of trade they can use.
Pelts.
Yep, pelts.
And there was one other thing.
Indian coins.
Well, there were some Native American coins. That's very true. But there was one other thing.
Wooden nickels, I think, were back then too.
Yeah. But there's one other thing, and that was called. I had it right on the tip of my tongue. Wampum.
Oh, wampum.
Wampum. What was wampum? It was etchings done on a piece of pelt or a piece of skin or a piece of leather.
That's right.
That was used in lieu of credit between one person and another. Wampum. No bank involved. It was like an IOU. So if you wanted to buy my horse and you had your money back in your cabin, yeah. Cold wallet is in my safe. I get it, Danny. And if you believe in it, God bless you for it, okay? But I don't. And I just don't want to sit here and defend my position because I'm going to go with Lynette Zhang. Okay, Lynette Zhang is a lot smarter than I am. Okay, I quote her every day. If I can't hold it in my hands, I don't own it. You don't hold it, you don't own it. Got it? Okay. So if you want to play games with crypto and you can make some money at it, I say good. I'm happy for you. But don't include me in on that silliness, okay? Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm set in my ways. Maybe I learned too much stuff from my dad and my grandpa. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you one thing. These newfangled kids and their crazy-ass money called crypto. I don't understand it. I can't take it to the grocery store and okay, whatever, okay? Guys, you've fallen into the pop culture cesspool. If you believe in cryptocurrency, in my opinion, you've fallen into the pop culture cesspool. So move forward any way you want to move. I'm just telling you what I think. If you don't like the way I think, turn the channel, pull up Bugs Bunny. I don't care, whatever you want. But I'm here because people want to hear my opinion. I guess. I think they do. I hope they do. And they want to hear my advice. XRP is the backbone of the QFS. I knew that. Bernadette. Bitcoin is used for trafficking. I knew that too, Bernadette. Great. It's not part of the QFS. You are absolutely right. XRP is going to. It's a real thing. It's a real deal, but it's more of a program than it is a cryptocurrency. It's more of a program. It's more of an operations manual, putting a link between real money and the quantum financial system. So that's what that is. And let's do move on. I've had enough of that. Okay. I want everybody to know that I'm going to set things up for the patch ladies that are coming on for the stem cell products. Now, I want to talk to you about this. And if you got to after the QFS and RV, will metals and gold and silver drop in value? No. Let me explain to you how that long term. I'll give you a long term scenario on that real quick. Gold will go real high, and eventually, after 2 or 3 years of being high, they're going to realize that there's more gold on the planet, the realm, whatever you want to call Terra. There's more gold that you could shake a stick at because Terra actually manufactures gold on this realm. Silver is a limited asset. There's a finite, not infinite, finite, limited amount of silver on the planet. It is inevitable that silver is going to skyrocket. Now, I've been told by the person, thank you, Diana, I appreciate that. I've been told by the person that probably knows more about silver and what's going on with Jamie Dimon and the whole JP Morgan thing and the opening and closing of silver mines and the whole scenario to go with silver. Okay. This guy knows more about silver than anybody on the planet. And he says, quote, this is the second time I'm going to say this on the air. He says, silver before the end of the year will go up to $384 an ounce. Now, Jeffrey, I know you're listening. You said you had $3,000 saved out and you was going to go buy gold. No, don't do that. This is why I told you don't buy gold, buy silver. You hang on to that silver now. You go out and buy $3,000 worth of silver right now, Jeff, and you could damn near pay. You wouldn't need a mortgage. You just go out and pay cash for it. Okay? You just go out and pay cash for it. $384 an ounce is what he's predicting. I'm not going to say his name. If I said it, you'd know him. And you'd just say, you're talking to him? Yeah, I'm talking to him. Okay? I talk to a lot of important people. And the reason they talk to me is because I don't lie. I'm meat and potatoes, ham and eggs. So I am what I am. And that's the way we do it here. What are we going to do about stem cells? Well, I want you to go back. Okay. Where does the information come? It came from the intake officer. I got that information from the intake officer. I asked him if I could say that on the air, and he said yes. It's not part of my NDA or my gag order. Okay? Has nothing to do with the event. Okay? So, if you're counting your Doge checks, don't do that. Okay? Hello, Diane. How are you? We've had the Wise account. Let's go over that real quick. Larry, I'm going to ask you a question. Answer this on the air on the chat. Are you a member of the private Telegram group? If you are, go up and listen to the last two Chances live chats on the Telegram group, which was Tuesday and Sunday. I explained what's going on with Wise, and I don't even think I've had a chance to explain it to Wyatt. So Wyatt, if you're listening, Wise has become compliant, and so there should be no problems there. No problems at all. Wyatt was absolutely 100% right up until about maybe a week ago, and I wasn't even looking around. And of course, the main lady at Chances Live Chat too is Bernadette, and yes, that's very good, Dougie. That's real good. But Bernadette found that they are now compliant, and it is in their Wise.com's terms of service or whatever. We've posted the link on our private Telegram page. There's a lot of information on our private Telegram page. How to do your receipts to get your currency into your trust. There's 2 different receipts required. We've got that in there. And I'm just going to give everybody a little heads up here. Yeah, make it about 9:30 my time, Diane. Okay. Oh, yes, you can call me about that. Yeah. Okay. Where was I at? The stem cells, when you use the patches and you don't see results in 30 days, don't give up. Let's say you're 80 years old. Technically, you need to be using, for every 10 years of age you have experienced in your life, you need to be using the patches for 1 month. So if you're 80 years old, you need to be using the patches for 8 months. Now, typically, we are seeing results, a lot of results, between 1 and 4 or 5 months, and some people longer than that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want you to realize is this, okay? Sandy and John live in Des Moines. As far as in my heart, they're my family. They're like my sisters and brothers. She's like my sister. He's like my brother. They're just wonderful, God-loving people. And John had been having some issues. And Sandy's a fighter. And the nursing home didn't want to let him put on the patches, but now he goes out once a week with her to deliver natural food products for their son's business once a week. And John goes along and Sandy goes along and they go together. John still is forgetting things. Pull that back up in a minute, Doc. Pull that last one back up in a minute.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
John is improving. Sandy called me 2 days ago and she says, Chance, I don't know what we would have done if you had to told me about the stem cells patches. And she said, I'm just so grateful and appreciative. She's got hip problems and she's going to, I believe she's using the Ice Wave for pain. I know what she's trying to do. She's like everybody else, trying to hold out for the med beds, and let's hope she doesn't have to have any surgery. And she told me that she's scared to death of general anesthetic because of what it did to John. It took John a long time to snap out of it. And general anesthetic is not good, folks. Okay. So bottom line is, Maria number 1 in Las Vegas, her mom went through a leveling out period, about 2 weeks, where we were all a little concerned. And after talking to her last night or the night before, I can't remember, Maria number 1 reported that her mother was doing better. She's talking and eating and, wanting what food she wants. But there's always, in any kind of treatment of any kind, there's going to be a leveling out period. And your body has to have time to regenerate. And I believe that's what the stem cells are doing. But let's not listen to me talk about it anymore. Let's bring on Ann, who is Ann the Patch Lady. And she's my favorite lady in Florida so far.
Hey, everyone. And Lillian's coming. She just had to finish up something.
Oh, that's good. Good. And Lillian's holding down California. So we got the East Coast and the West Coast covered, guys. And I'm in the Midwest. So I'm covering the Midwest there. And I just want to let you all know something, okay? When you're watching this show, I just want you to know I'm a big deal, okay? Because I am a senior director in LIVE-5, okay? So
you're doing great.
Thank you very much.
God bless you, brother.
Just remember, don't mess with me because I'm the senior director. Okay?
But just remember, everybody who's actually on the patches, who's really behind all that.
You. You and hey, listen, I wouldn't have been nowhere in the company if it wasn't for these ladies. I'll just tell you that right now. One thing I will, till Lillian gets here, I do want you to look at my eyes. Go back a year and look at my eyes. Underneath my eyes, they were black. My eyes were black.
Yeah, they were.
You go back and look at the old videos. I mean, I look completely different, and I really do think I'm reverse aging. Another thing to look at, if you can see my hands, I don't know. Do they look wrinkled? No, they're not. They're not wrinkled like most 73-year-old men's are. Okay.
You're doing good. Looking good, doing good.
No hanging down, no hanging down things here like most old men have, okay? None of that, The twist of blue steel, ladies and gentlemen, right here. So,
there you go.
And the other thing, this is the only last thing I'm going to talk about me, okay? What do you do if you just get paid once a month? I don't know. Listen, why don't you send me an email, George, at chancemusic@yahoo.com. I'll discuss a few things with you back and forth, and then I'll send you over to Ann so you can talk to her, okay? Because it doesn't matter where you start as long as you get started.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, okay?
And I want to thank everybody because a lot of them are, I try to respond as soon as I get the email, unless it's the middle of the night. I wake up to the emails in the morning, but I at least tell them, hey, we're going to help you. We're happy to help you. But Monday through Thursday right now, I'm helping not only my regular dental office, but a friend who went on maternity leave, needed somebody to fill in and they couldn't find anybody. So I picked up those shifts. So I'm Monday through Thursdays, guys, but Lillian's usually more available during the daytime hours. But because she's Pacific time, she, goes later than us. So if it's around lunchtime on the East Coast, she's just, getting her day started. So it's usually between 12 and 2 before you can really start getting a hold of her. But if you reach out to me, I can usually at some point in time at least say, hey, I'll get with you later, or hey, can you reach out to Lillian? So I appreciate everybody understanding that I'm having to work some extra shifts right now. So.
Yeah, I get it. There was a guy that popped up there about the Social Security denial. They always deny you if you're going for Social Security disability. Okay, Mark Scott. Oh, that's Mark. Hi, Mark. I never saw your face before, so I didn't know what you look like. Okay, Mark, have you helped anyone get disability Social Security? I did an online SSA and it said denied. Yes, you're going to get denied 2 times. They always deny you the first 2 times.
You got to appeal.
You got to appeal, and then the last appeal, you ask for administrative hearing. Okay. Yep. Do it again. Okay. It's funny that Mark and I have talked so many times on the phone, and I know him very well, a very, very astute gentleman, and he's currently over in the Philippines, I believe, and with his family, and he's had his trials and tribulations with the cable guys, and I can't offer anything for him except prayers for him right now, but yeah, I'll we just love Mark. He's a wonderful man. And I will tell you, people like Mark are being victimized by the cable guys all the time. And what we got to do in order to keep the fight going, keep fighting the good fight, is we got to bring our health up, our vibrations, our frequencies. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is what I've been doing. And that is, you see that? That right there? See that? Can you see it? My patches.
Oh, you got your patches on. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got my patches on. So
I got my patches on.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to show you the other ones. They're all around my navel. I got my navel circled like that. I don't ask me why. I just feel like it works good, better. Well, it's all good. Okay. Where's Lillian at? We're missing her.
She's on her way, but I will tell you this. So I have These are testimonies. This is for entertainment purposes only, but is it really? Anyway, I have 2 friends that are diabetic, actually 3 because one of my friend's husband is as well, but they're diabetic. And one of them had a very high carbohydrate meal and put the patches on, and she never had to take insulin. Pretty much, and whoops, just dropped my little holder, in 24 hours. And then she said she's had less insulin this past week than ever before. Usually she's always having to take her insulin. Then my other friend put the patches on. She happened to get bit by a dog that night, and it was the dog was protecting their yard. And should they have bitten her? No, but I think the dog did one of those. It went to bite, and then you can kind of see where it was gonna, but then it scared the dog because I guess it realized like, oh, I think I was meant to scare her, not bite her. But she had the puncture wound and bruising. And 3 days later, it was literally just a bruise and just that barely yellow. And so she's taken the pictures and is going to get me a little collage showing that with the patches on. But at the same time, it indirectly helped her diabetes. And so she made her husband put them on as well. And even his diabetic levels went down. So again, this is just me telling you a personal story of firsthand knowledge that I have of that kind of thing happening. And then another friend had AFib. And their AFib usually was going off and on all the time. And they have a monitor, and they were just showing me all their numbers ever since putting the patches on. And she said, this is the first time I've only had one AFib episode in a week's period. Usually it's multiple episodes. So it's just a couple of testimonies to give everybody.
Hey, Ann, did you know, you know who John and Sandy are up in Des Moines?
Yes. Yeah. I talk to them quite often, or her.
Yeah. She's great, and John's fantastic. He's listen. I've known John. I've known him for quite a few years now, 5 to 7 years, something like that. And John's smart. Oh my gosh, is he smart? He knows so much stuff about law. Him and we've actually literally had conversations that went on for a couple of hours because we kept bouncing things off of each other, and did you know this? And I know, did you know that? And blah blah blah. It was great conversation. But John went from not knowing who I was to knowing who I am now, but he can't remember my name.
Okay.
Now, does that make any sense?
Well, I mean, he knows who you are.
When Sandy's saying, well, I talked to Chance and he'll know that, but then, he can't keep my name in his head or something, I guess. But the fact that she had to fight the nursing home to put one X39 patch on the back of his back. I don't know if it was the back of his neck or whatever, but what is wrong with? I'll tell you what's going to be. I'll tell you what's going to happen, Ann. I really, honest to God, after people go through the med beds, I still think they're going to need the patches because I think it's going to facilitate a higher regenerative function in your body.
Yeah.
And tell me if I'm saying anything that's not right. I'm just trying to figure this out as I go along. But when you understand that if you bang your knee and you hurt your knee, puppy, you bang your knee and you hurt your knee and it turns black and blue, you're not going to run to a med bed for that.
No.
Okay. So that's why you would probably slap on some patches and let it go to town. And being that your stem cell original programmed stem cells would be restored, then it's going to facilitate higher healing. If I'm on the right direction, if you think I'm on the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. I saw a new video where David talked about the water machine when it comes out, and it's going to work synergistically with the patches, but the water can also function even without the patches. It's just when the two are together, it facilitates it even quicker. So
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, I would like Lillian to talk about the water machines when she comes on, but from what I understand, they're around $5,000 price range each.
Yeah, he hasn't told us a price, but we know it's going to be pretty comparable to what the other machines out there are. And he is trying to facilitate it. And I think that's why it's taken longer to come out, because the machines are there. They were trying to get it where it's affordable and at least try to get a payment plan. So I think that's what they're working on right now, is trying to come up with a good payment plan structure. Probably one of those, and I don't know this, but I'm surmising it's something like, a Care Credit or Cherry Financial type situation. Probably not those companies. It may be an in-house company for all I know. But I think that's what he's trying to come up with, where you put like a deposit down and a financial agency comes in and makes that payment, and then you have like a payment plan with them. But we're not 100% sure. We believe we'll know more in July. They're supposed to come out in July or August. And I know that there's a seminar at the end of July in Orlando. And Lily and I will be there if anybody else wants to attend. And I think that people who are there, typically we either get first dibs at trying to get something new, or sometimes they give us special pricing when you're there in person. So that's a little tidbit. And I can't promise anything, but that's just typical of what usually transpires.
I will tell you, if you're interested in these machines, I know sounds like $5,000 in that neighborhood is a lot of money, and it is. But let me just tell you something. 2 glasses of this a day can change your life. Mm-hmm. From what I have been told from these fine ladies.
Yeah.
And now think about it a minute. What is your health worth? But if you are so inclined to move forward in getting one of these machines, hi Lillian, then get a hold of me directly, chancemusic@yahoo.com, and I will send you directly over to Ann or Lillian. And it's very important that you contact me, because there's going to be a limited amount of these to begin with.
One thing I want to say, maybe we've not expressed it very well in the past, but it just prompted me when you made that comment. If you're doing well with the patches and you're seeing some good results for you, again, as Chance said earlier, if you're 80, you really need to give it like 8 months before you make a good judgment call. If you're in your 30s, then you need to give it at least 3 months. If you're 50, then 5 months. Can you get results sooner than that? Absolutely. But if you're taking time to get stuff done and you don't technically want to sell it, you don't have to. But all you have to do is get your friends and family in contact with me or Lillian. You go through Chance, he'll forward emails to us, because we like to have accountability. Everybody that comes from the show does all go back to people within the show. And we'll handle talking to them for you. We're not here saying, well, now you're on your own. People call us all the time. I just had a phone call from Doug A. He's on the road traveling all the time, but he needed help with something. He called me right before I hopped on. And hey, Doug, if you're listening, because I know you were earlier, I just switched what he needed me to. Kathy and John. Kathy calls me and says, hey, Ann, can you order me more of this? Sandy does, John does, the twins do. So you have multiple people that we're not telling you to go change the world and do this, but when they refer somebody to us, and if that person's interested in ordering the patches, they go up underneath that person that referred them. So you don't have to run a business if you don't want to, but it could turn into a business for you, or it could at least pay for your own patches. And that's happened to several of the listeners. We have Bobby, that's happened to her, David, quite a few. Yeah, we have a lot of people that we can just go on and on and on about how they've referred other people, and now their patches are paid for, and some of them are making a little bit of income on the side as well. So I just wanted to make sure that people were aware of that.
Please understand, this is not voodoo science. This is not a cure and a pill. This is a treatment, okay? And this is a medical appliance. Device. It is device. Did I say appliance? Did I say the wrong word?
The device appliance, it's the same thing. It's not medicine. It doesn't compete with any pharmaceutical because it's a device.
Right. And you're talking to the guy that uses them every day, okay? And I will tell you that I am able to send some patches to an elderly lady. I'm 73 and I'm calling her elderly. Oh my gosh. Every month, and it's helping her. Okay, so I give back. I give back for what I can within my parameters. But if you want the water machine, get a hold of me at chancemusic@yahoo.com. We don't have all the details yet. We don't have all the information, but the lady that has all the information is right here with us, and that's Dame Lillian. And it's all you, baby. It's all you. Go ahead, talk away.
So Ann and I, you know what? We wake up so grateful to be alive every single day because it just keeps getting better and better. And every day we get these testimonials that really blow our minds. Yesterday, we had this lady named Shoshana who she came on. On Monday, I had spoken to her. Today is Thursday. On Monday, she was so emotional with me, and somebody, in our organization had referred her, and she got all emotional because 5 weeks ago, she couldn't walk 100 yards. And on Monday, she was beaming, and she joined the 12 o'clock Zoom, and she said, as she got all teary-eyed and choked up, she goes, today I walked 2.5 miles and it wasn't difficult and I had no pain and I still had plenty of energy after walking this morning. It was early in the day. It was noon California time. Not sure where in the country she is, but she had walked 2.5 miles earlier that day. And then yesterday she came on and she was on our 7 p.m. Zoom. And then she said, remember on Monday, I told you that I wanted to walk 3 miles. And then later in the year, my goal is to run 3 miles. I said, yes. She goes, today I hit 3 miles. That was last night. And then this morning, that same lady sends me a little video of her. I hope you guys can see this. And if not, I will be posting this to my YouTube channel of her walk as she's walking her 3 miles this morning. And her name is Shoshana. And in her message, from my house to 1.5 miles down the road today. Then I walked back home, but I didn't take pics of the return walk. Thank you, Jesus. And so, you know what? Yes, we get compensated for what we do. We don't work for free. Although there's plenty of things that we do where we don't get compensated, but in a roundabout way, we do get compensated because enough of you do get started on the patches and so forth. But there is no dollar amount that can give you this feeling. Wouldn't you agree, Ann and Chance?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
When Sandy called me 2 days ago and she says, oh, I just can't thank you enough, Chance. And these people are like my family. Yeah. She's like my older sister and he's like my brother. I mean, that's just the way I feel about him. I mean, we've had so much interaction over the last 7 years, and they've helped me so many times. And for her to call up and say, I can't thank you enough, John, it's getting better every day. We can see the improvements. And she's still having problems with her hip, but she's doing better. Everything is doing better. So when you can get a call like that and it makes you feel
incredible.
Yeah, it really does. And I don't know what to say. You're welcome and keep up the good work. That's what I got to say.
I want to show you my new toy.
Tell us.
Infrared camera. So I can take a photo, then patch somebody and show them instantaneous results.
Wow.
I'm charging it. It's not even ready yet.
Where did you get that at? Is that an Amazon thing or what?
It is. And guys, $149.
Wow.
That's it. But I was just looking at it and just to see, because while it's plugged in, and let's see,
I love it.
let me see if I can get right here. Okay, so you can see my fingers. Of course, I have some patches on, so I'm looking pretty healthy right now. So I'll do it in the morning without patches on, and then I'll patch. But I want to get somebody fresh that's got issues and hasn't been patched yet. And so I think this is going to be a neat tool.
Yeah, so I'm going to pick one up now that I know about that little gizmo, separate from the pulse ox and the pulse oximeter, and do a man on the street thing where we'll get video clips of people out in our town, and we'll say, hey, listen, would you mind? This is an organic nanotechnology. It's not invasive, no medicine. Can I take a reading before we patch you and after? And of course, if they've got, a walker, a wheelchair, an arm in a sling or something, then obviously they're in pain. So we can also measure their pain, but we'll actually be able to take a picture of the before and after.
Great.
Well, so real quick, I know we were going to go because Dr. Weedman's about to come on, but another testimony I got was one of my patients comes in. I treated her last week for her dental anxiety. Normally she has to be on either a pill and somebody has to drive her, or she has to get the $140 nitrous oxide. So she comes in and she said, when I was here 4 months ago, you put a patch thingy on me. I said, oh, you need my patch? And she said, could I? And I said, yeah. And so we put the patch on her, and she comes in 2 days later because she had to get a filling done. And she goes, Ann, come here. And I go, what? And she said, my husband said I have to buy these because I was nicer.
Oh.
And so I said, you must be in pain somewhere. What else besides dental anxiety? She goes, I have severe sciatic pain. I took her in the bathroom and we patched her. And she walked out and she said, do we have time to place the order now? And of course I was at work and I couldn't at that moment. So I said, can I call you tonight? And sure enough, I called her last night, got all the information. And today on my lunch break, I signed her up.
Tell her about Melba, her husband, what he said about Melba.
I told them earlier, you weren't on yet.
Okay. Yeah, that was very exciting.
And then Lillian, I have a question for you. And this will probably answer a lot of questions. Yeah. Find somebody that has parasites. Either they're visual.
Oh, everybody.
See them, right. Find out if this also gets rid of that or helps get rid of them.
Oh, yeah, it does get rid of the parrot. We know because, okay, this is for entertainment purposes only. But if you don't know this,
you got that right.
The big funny ha-ha joke is if you take a parasitologist, which is somebody who specializes in studying parasites, and you take a blood sample of someone with parasites and a parasitologist looks at it, and then you take an oncologist and a hematologist, and they compare the same blood sample from the same person, the oncologist and the hematologist over here will say that it's the big cancer that they recommend radiation and chemo for, and the parasitologist will say it's this specific type of parasite. So we've had so many people, we don't make any medical claims. The patches were not made for an illness, for a disease, for a syndrome, a malfunction. They were made to turn on your original stem cells from conception to unring the bell of whatever damage, anything that's burdening your body, anything that's poisoning your body, anything that your body's been intoxicated with. It doesn't matter if it's man-made or synthetic made. It could be a parasite, a germ, a virus, a bacteria, a microbe. It could be plastics. It could be metals. Doesn't matter what it is. Your body, through urination, defecation, perspiration, will more efficiently purge it out of the body because of the cellular activation that you have from the patches. Therefore, I have never seen anyone, and I think Ann would agree, I have yet to have anyone, even with stage 4 diagnosis, metastasized all over the body. Not one person has it taken a year to clear them from that condition or from that diagnosis or those symptoms. In less than a year, I don't want to say how many months, but in less than a year, we do see and have confirmation. Not only do they feel better, But we have PET scans and we have CAT scans and we have x-rays and blood tests that show that these things have disappeared. And other things have repaired, because oftentimes someone will have, I had someone who had esophageal cancer, chemo, radiation, mouth sores. They couldn't do anything else for him. He also had a right bundle branch blockage. He had a lot of other complications. And from June 30th until February, right bundle branch blockage disappeared. The cancer disappeared. The mouth ulcers disappeared 75% in the first 10 days. And he had a 50% reduction in pain in the first 10 days, along with age spots. He had hair growing back. We started him June 30th. By February, his original, mind you, before he started chemo and radiation, he had all gray hair.
That's what I got, yeah.
By February, he had his original reddy brown, it was like a reddish brown hair color growing, and he had no eyebrows, no eyelashes, no hair on his head, no beard, and now he has a full beard and a full head of hair and eyebrows, eyelashes. That's last February, a year ago February. So these things are possible because it's regenerating everything to a younger, healthier state. Ta-da, abracadabra.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for everything you do. That's amazing. Thanks for the testimonials as well.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Doc Weederman, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Everybody on here needs to get on the longevity minerals and vitamins. Our food supply is so deficient, so tainted. You need to supplement. And when you're on the patches, you're going to get a greater benefit from those minerals and vitamins. So, Doc Weederman, we are all ears, all eager to hear what you have to say today.
Okay, great. Hope all of you got a chance to be. Let's see. I think I'm getting feedback here.
We don't hear.
I can't hear it over here, Doc.
You're sounding good, Doc.
Let's see here. Let's try. Oh, there we go.
Ladies, he's
Can you
got
hear me
some
now?
things he wants me to put on the screen too, so I'm going to have to take you off real quick, okay?
All right.
care.
Have a good night. Thanks so much.
Take care, ladies. Thank you. Okay, Doc.
I had some images on here and I'm getting feedback. So let me reset here. Hold on.
I don't know which one you want, Doc. I'll just put them up. Where you want to put them up? You want to put them up?
Yeah, just a minute. I'm getting feedback. Let's see.
A lot of technical issues I had at the studio today.
Yeah. I'll be back
Chance.
in a minute.
Chance, by the way, we had Chris Montez at the studio today. You know who he is, right? The Let's Dance guy?
Yeah.
He's been with everybody.
Huh.
He's still around. That's all I can tell you. He's still around. Still looks good. Sounds good.
That's fantastic. Hey, guys, while Doc's getting his computer fixed, I just wanted to remember to remind you Monday nights at 8 o'clock right here on this same network. Okay, you can receive patches in the Philippines. Yes, we can take care of that. But Wellness Revolution, it's on 8 o'clock Monday nights right here on this same channel, Hamilton Radio 1 on YouTube. And I would suggest you tune in and listen to Dr. Weedman and his partner. They both have some fantastic information. Yes, the stem cell products work fantastic, and everything is just working together beautifully when you use longevity minerals now and supplements. The reason I'm pushing is because I use them. Okay, I use the plant-derived minerals. I use the orange mineral and vitamin and mineral mix, and I also use the thyroid booster. And I just ordered today some type of seaweed product. I can't remember what it's called. We're waiting for Doc to come back on. He'll tell you. That will actually get more iodine to the thyroid, which should raise my energy level a lot. So as soon as Doc gets his computer, he'll be back up with us in just a second. That's Wellness Revolution, 8 p.m. Central, Monday night, right here on Hamilton Radio 1. And your producer will be Doc G, and he will be here with Dr. Weedman. And who's the other gentleman that's with Dr. Weedman?
His name is Marvin Rupp.
Marvin. Yes, Marvin. He's he's a former Navy SEAL. He's a very smart man. And all I can tell you is we've got so many things happening at once, guys. It's hard to keep track. I know Bernadette's listening, so I want to tell you, Bernadette, I am considering popping in and doing some 1-minute shows on Sunday and Tuesday instead of having the regular Chances chat, because I think I need a break. I think I need to wind down a little bit, because we usually do a 2-hour chat on Sunday night, and we usually do a 2-hour chat on Tuesday, and it's just with this show being 2 hours, it really puts the stress on me. Brian suggested I take a week off of the live chat, so I think I'm going to do that. But I will pop on and do some 1-minute things to give some updates. So if you do want to join the private Telegram group, you will have to be vetted by Bernadette, the administrator, and just send me an email at chancemusic, CHANCE music @yahoo.com. We have Dr. Weedman back.
Okay, I'm loading some images, so go ahead and keep up with what you're doing.
Okay. We're in the point now where everybody is in a cash grab. This is the intel. Stay out of trouble. Also, sell your extra crap that you don't need. If you got a gold watch that belonged to Grandpa and you can turn it into $2,000 to $3,000, believe me, you're going to need the $2,000 or $3,000 when the 10 days of darkness comes. So please just sell that crap. Okay, you can buy it all back when listen. Sentimental value means nothing if your belly's empty and your kids are hungry. Okay, yeah. So I want you to get real now. Okay, who do I think I am, Superman? Oh, just every day.
That's his persona.
Yeah, me and the Man of Steel, we could be twins, couldn't we?
Oh boy.
Dr. Weedman hard at it today. He's having some computer things, but he'll be with us in a second.
I have a chance before you go on. I have a quick thing too that we started the Murder Mystery Theater on Sunday. It's on Sundays at 8:00 on Hamilton Radio. It's freaking awesome. It takes you back to the 1930s when radio just was wonderful. It was suspenseful. It was intriguing. It was, it taking you back to so many memories of great days in radio. My good friend Steve Tobis does this for his grandkids, but he seemed to make it, and it's really catching on quick. So I want people to tune in Sundays at 8:00 on HamiltonRadio.net and listen to the old 30s on Murder Mystery Theater with the person that is just in case.
Wow, that's kind of cool. Well, that means you could just turn it on, lay in bed, and just listen to it, right?
Yep. It's got sound effects.
Watch it or anything because it's not visual; it's audio. Yeah,
all audio. Yep, it's really awesome.
Remember? I don't remember because it was before my time, but
my time too. But still,
okay.
Okay, go ahead, Doc. It's all you.
Go ahead, Doc. Did he freeze? He froze too. No,
Hold
he's
on
okay.
a sec.
Yeah, take your time.
It's live radio. We
Yeah,
can't
I'm
stop
looking
talking.
at. Yeah,
We got to keep something going.
yeah. Keep on.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep on talking for just a little bit. I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I take the longevity products and I use the stem cell patches. And I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to give you any kind of legal advice or not legal advice. I'm not going to give you any kind of medical advice or treatments options, but I'm going to tell you what I do. I detox every day. I take 600 mLs of black seed oil and oil of oregano every day. I take the essential fatty acids from longevity. I take Immunosist Plus every day. I take I take so much stuff. Boron. I take boron every day, and I take I'm looking for an iron supplement that really works, and longevity right now doesn't have one, so we're waiting to hear from Marvin about what I can do for a real iron supplement that will get absorbed into my body. And there is iron in a lot of products that longevity makes. However, I want something specifically to increase the iron so I can get my energy level back up to where it was. Are you ready, Doc?
I'm ready.
It's all you, buddy. Go.
Okay, I wanted to show you some things. I want you to bring up the. We're going to talk about how to affect yourself all the way from your DNA up to your your full body. Okay, show me the DNA file there. Can you bring that up? I have it in the image file there. Can you hear me, Doc?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you bring up the image of the DNA?
That's probably this one. Is that correct? Is that right, Doc?
Red arrows are pointing to the center of the strut. The strut goes from strand to strand, and they meet in the middle, and that's where it's what's called metallic fingers. And those are missing now. Where the strut meets the strand, you see on the green DNA below, it's showing pictures of the genes. That's where the genes are. And when the minerals are missing, it turns the genes off. So I don't care what you do, if those genes are not turned on, you're going to have genetic problems, genetic issues. Dr. Wallach says there's no such thing as an inherited genetic problem or a genetic disease. They're all nutritional. Now, if the mother's not getting nutrition in her diet, then it can cause a genetic problem. In fact, we have a dog kennel over in Indiana where the guy feeds these minerals in the water to all the puppies and all the dogs. So it reduces the mortality rate of the puppies. It reduces the amount of genetic defects in the puppies and increases their lifespan. So that's what we want to try to do to you, is increase your lifespan, no matter whether you're in a med bed or using magnets or whatever, these patches. No matter what you're doing, you have to have the minerals, and the ladies have told us that you have to have the minerals flowing through your body. So let's show the picture of the nerve there. Okay, these are the nerves, and they have something called the Schwann cells around them. In order for these nerves to function normally, they have to have a proper they have to have all the minerals in order to function properly, in order to have the neurotransmitters. Now, if you see where the vesicles are, there's a synapse there, points on the lower left hand of the picture. It shows synapse. That's where it joins from one nerve cell to another. And that's how cells communicate with each other, is they have to have neurotransmitters. And those neurotransmitters are made up of minerals. So, okay, the next picture we want to show is there we go. And we can actually do a scan. Now, here it shows a picture of a bar graph on there. I'll show you what the bar graph actually looks like. But we can actually tell the difference with this scanner that we have between a nutritional problem and a nerve imbalance from misalignment. Okay. Because we can tell what levels the thyroid actually is at C7 level. That's right around C7, segment above, segment below, right around that area. We can tell whether there's an imbalance there or whether there's low function. Okay. Now I want you to bring up, there's a picture of a graph there, with lines on it. There we go. This is actually myself. The blue line, on each side is the left channel and the right channel is on the right side. And as you roll this thing up the spine, those two channels record, and you can see the levels of heat generated on each side. And in the middle is a differential graph. And you can see the blue one is really wild. That's when I was out of adjustment. Okay. This is called a Titron scanner. Okay. It's a chiropractic tool. And you can, everybody has a pattern. When they go out of adjustment, it falls into a pattern. Okay. And you can do it over and over again, and it'll fall in the same pattern unless you're in adjustment. See, it means adaptability is not there. Now, the green line is actually after an adjustment, okay? And the violet one in the middle is actually considered a norm, what normal would be, okay? So, and that's from, it's just in my cervical spine right there, okay? Now, we do them in the full spine as well, and we can tell what levels of the spine are affecting different parts of the body, and we can kind of tell from your history, how's the spine being affected. And when it falls into a pattern, sometimes it's a way of determining, your spine can determine your health as well. So you're welcome, Diane. And so there you go. And listen, supplementation is really important because we can actually, there's the bar graph. Okay, this is the bar graph representation. The one on the far left is me being out of adjustment, myself. The middle one is after the adjustment, and the far right one is considered a normal. Okay, so you can see it normalized me after getting adjusted, after I got my head on straight. This is the importance of the brainstem, and it can literally affect every part of your body. I didn't have time to bring up a full spine here. I only had a limited amount of time, so. But I can actually show you how adjusting the upper neck literally affects every part of your body. So that's important. And those of you who contact me, I can actually point you to some chiropractor who can help you out. Okay, so if you need some chiropractic intervention, but you also need to be on the, we have a health questionnaire that you can fill out. And we can figure out what supplementation you need to help restore you to normal. And, if we have anybody out there now, we don't necessarily get a lot of volunteers wanting to come forward and say, hey, but I have had people report to me verbally that they are doing so much better under the supplements. And they're relatively inexpensive, and it's the same way just like with the patches, there's a compensation plan. If you want to do the business, we will help you. But we have a training site that will literally train you on every aspect if you want to. Now, some are not motivated to do that. Some want to just take and refer people. You're welcome to do that too. And we'll help you, with your business. If you want to pay for your products and so forth, we can do that too. So with that, Doc G, do you have any input to put in on this?
Well, like I said years ago, I had a chiropractic adjustment. My back was too bad, and maybe my chiropractor didn't understand it. I don't think he was a NUCA doctor, but I did feel a lot of pain afterwards. Sometimes I felt relief. It was weird. But I suggest to a lot of people to get the chiropractic adjusted, to talk to the doctor and find out, how good they are in what they're doing. And the ones that have been doing it a longer time, I think, are better off than the ones that are new. But sometimes new ones are just as good. So my idea is talk to the person, let them know your problem, and see if they can help you. And usually they can.
Yeah. Hey, did you ever see that video I sent you of me adjusting that guy?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of that?
It was amazing because every chiropractor I've been to, I've never seen them do that. That's what's funny about it. It was just more like, let's adjust the spine and not worry about where the head sits. It's pretty much what it's.
Yeah. Well, we took great care in figuring out where the head sits, because you better measure it. If you thank you, Diane. Love to hear more. Give me a call sometime and we'll chat about what you're learning. Yes, they're okay for children. Children need them as well as adults. And if you have, Monterey is too far. Well, we can find someplace else for you to go. But that shows you the change. It's absolute change. That's the kind of change I would see in my kids when I adjusted them. They're growing up, and these kids had the benefit of being raised under chiropractic care. I never let them get sick because they were always in balance. And if they weren't in balance, if we found that they weren't, and listen, let me just say this. The chiropractic principle is this. There is a vertebral subluxation, that occurs. Now, there is a universal intelligence in all matter that continually gives to it all its properties and actions, thus maintaining it in existence. And this universal intelligence has placed within us an inherent intelligence within us that gives us the inherent recuperative powers of the body. And if we remove the interference, the body is able to correct itself. It needs no help, just no interference. And if you can't get that idea through your head, then you probably have medicosis. Chance, you know what medicosis is. Tell me what medicosis is.
Okay. I don't know the exact
words.
I don't need the exact words, but here's what it is. When you believe that the only way you're going to be able to get cured is to go to a MD and get pills, that is medicosis. It's a belief in a system that really doesn't work. And you're given pills which are petroleum based for the most part. You really want to put oil in your body?
Hey, Doc G, can you bring up my saying, that light colored one?
Which one?
The light colored one. The same my meme about the tobacco.
It's not there.
It should be. Let me see. I'll try to bring it up.
And make sure you give your information out, Doc. So if you want to reach Doc, contact Dr. Weedman, healthreform90@gmail.com, or text 406-270-3754. Go to getdocsmessage.com.
Getdocsminerals.com. That's getdocsminerals.com.
Okay, Docs Minerals.
Hold on just a moment here. I'll bring the right meme up here. If I can find it here. Oh boy, let's see here.
Again, Chance, thank you for putting Doc on your show today and tonight.
Yes, thank you very much.
Dr. Weedman is in Fairfield, Iowa, about an hour and 15 minutes from me. And if you are in the area, I would suggest you get a hold of him and see what he can do to help you.
Health
Well-
and wealth. Where are you located?
I am in Fort Madison, Iowa. Oh, here's something interesting. I had lunch with the mayor of Fort Madison.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
Was
Monday.
he open to changing the name of the town?
I told him I didn't say anything about him. We're changing the name to McFaddenville after the RV. But you know what's really funny? He's after all the fiasco that he's been involved in with the marina and the grants and conflict of interest and everything. It's really funny that he's decided not to run for office again. Think about that one.
I don't know what to say about that.
Only thing I told him was, I said, by the 4th of July, you're not going to recognize this country because there's a big shakeup coming. And then after I told him that, oh, and he does watch our show. So
Nice.
So I choose my words carefully. I don't like it. I don't like to be sued. So I watch my words very carefully. Are we waiting for something here to come up on the screen?
Yes, we are. Just a minute here. Okay, there it is.
There it is. Okay. Now
bring that in. Of all who claim to cure, there are only 3 who tell the truth. They are the butcher, the tanner, and the tobacco farmer. So beware. All these medical cures out there are lying to you because it's MD directed, allopathic, means they think they can cure anything, reductionist medicine. In other words, they try to reduce this, they try to suppress the symptoms, just waiting for the body to heal itself. And what they're really doing is they are waiting for the body's inherent recuperative powers to take over. And what they're trying to do is minimize the risk by reducing symptoms. Just like, if you got a fever, fight the fever. Well, when I was in practice, what I did is I would remove the interference and allow the body to heal, take care of the fever. And it always works. Innate always knows. These inherent recuperative powers are unlimited in their ability to heal as long as it's within the limits of matter. If you blow your head off in an accident, you're not going to survive that. If it injures the tissues beyond your ability to recover, it's not going to help you. Bobby Joe wants me to play a song on the piano.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm the musician here. I'm the one that plays. You're the one that plays the spine.
He sees the piano behind him. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. It is an art. The art of adjusting is an art, and some artists are better than others. So I mean, it's all an art, and what you want to do is go to the very best that you possibly can. People that put their heart and life into learning how to do what they're doing, that is an art. And I don't care what chiropractic technique it is. If you find the best artist in that technical realm, you're going to get the best results. I don't care if it's Gonstead. I don't care if it's AO. I don't care if it's, you find those that have really, let's see, I led the TN support group for the Vol Northern California for over 10 years. What's TN? What does TN stand for?
I thought it was Tennessee. I don't know.
Yeah, explain that, Diane. What is TN? TN support group. That's wonderful, by the way. I don't know what it is, but it's wonderful. She led that. That's really, really important knowledge. Diane, you're going to have to call me tomorrow and explain that to me, because I want to know more about that. Listen, guys. I gotta. This is the time of the evening where
I got to ask everybody for their final thoughts. So Doc G, we're going to ask you for your final thoughts tonight.
Well, you know, I say this every week, but I'm going to say it again. We try to change people's lives here at the station. We try to change people's lives with shows that we bring on, like Dr. Weedman, like you, like my good friend Dr. Gina, who's had a hell of a time getting through the last part of her life with cancer and all kinds of issues, but she's still here. So in respect to all the people that are out there that have all these issues, we're always here for you. We try to do the best for you. We work together in many, many ways, many new sponsors. I love everybody that comes to us, whether they stay for a moment or stay for years, because it's all about taking care of you, yourself, through any means necessary that is healthy, natural, and easy to do. That's the best way you can take care of your body. So that's what we try to do in Hamilton Radio. That's what Doc W tries to do. That's what Chance does. And we try to communicate to that every week. But let me say this with the money real quick. We've been telling you for a long time, and we're going to say again, make sure you have money on the side all the time. Don't worry about the RV. It's going to come someday. We've all been told that. So we're going to not wait for it. We're just going to live our lives and not worry about it. Just enjoy your time with your family, enjoy your time for the holiday, and give prayers and thoughts to the people that suffered the tornadoes and floods in other areas. And that's all I want. And I thank God for all that. And keeping them in prayer is the most precious thing you can do. So God bless everybody out there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. Dr. Weedman, what do you have for tonight's final thoughts?
Well, I think I'm with Dr. G that there is a Most High that's going to take care of us if we put our faith and trust in Him. And, and in terms of healing, get the above down. Healing comes from above down, inside out, not from the outside in, below up. It's not something you apply to yourself or take for yourself. Now, the nutrients are not medicines. They are essential nutrients that is required by the body. And you're not going to get it in your food. You know, Dr. Wallach says the most deadly words on the planet are you can get everything you need from the 4 basic food groups, which is a lie. You can't. If it's not in the soil, it's not going to be in the food. It's not in the food. It's not going to be in your body, and your body's not going to function the way it should. That's it. That's as tight explanation as I can give you. Thank you, Diane. I did see that, her comment on that. So, don't forget to tell us your intel. Okay.
Yeah, Chance.
Okay, that leads into my final thoughts. All right, guys, listen. From this point on, there is no more intel. Okay? This is ongoing for tier 1s. There's no tiers, but for what you guys call tier 1s, 2, 3, tiers 4 and A and 4B, which there are no tiers, but it's what you guys refer to. Okay, there is no, everything's going to be delayed for tier 4 for at least 30 days. Now, I told you this on the radio show the other day. If you listen to the radio show on Telegram, you're going to know this, okay? You have to be, to go in now, you have to be in a Republic-sanctioned humanitarian group, and they're all closed. Dr. Weedman was one of the last people to get his foot in the door just in the last minute to get in the last group that had an opening. Okay? There is no more openings. You can't get in. Okay? So that means you're not in a sanctioned group. You're going to have to wait till the 800 numbers come out, or you get contacted by either your currency dealer or an 800 number that will be posted on my private Telegram page or on chancemcfadden.com. There's going to be no more intel on that. This is the status quo, okay? I could give you, but I'm under gag order. I can't give you anything that comes from the intel officer. I have to get specific permission from him before I can even say anything. So anyway, what I've got to do is just to make you guys understand, we're in endgame. I told you at the beginning of the show, don't trust the banks, don't trust the courts, don't trust the police, don't trust the city clerks, don't trust the city government. I told you this. I told you, get your money out of the bank. And most of you aren't going to listen. And until you get really, really hungry or near starvation during the 10 days, then you're going to say, why didn't I listen to what Chance said? Now, I know a lady down in Florida. Smart lady. I know she told me with her own mouth. She said, Chance, I'm so grateful that you told us this. And they are very well off. She has $100,000 plus in her safe in her home. And you know what I got to say for her? Good for you. Okay? I want you to be safe. I want you to be secure. I want you to have your money on hand. Your money is for you. Your money is not to provide for the bank. Okay? Figure it out. If you got to pay your bills some other way, you can make deposits into Cash App. A lot of people use Venmo. I don't use Venmo. Zelle is out of business, so don't use Zelle. And that involves the bank. Anything that involves a bank, I'd stay away from. I do Cash App a lot, and there's a lot of Cash App fraud out there, but I never seem to have any problems, and everybody's donations have come through loud and clear. Speaking of donations, I'd like to thank you all very much for all the donations that you have provided me with for over this last 2 years, particularly Brother Dave, Sister Stacy, Sister Judy, Sister Martha. There's so many of you. Sister Diane, Sister Mary, and so many. Brother Dr. Brian, thank you so much. Every week, this guy is just like clockwork. He's an incredible man. He is an incredible man. He literally keeps the lights on here. He really does.
I'll tell you what, if you talk to him, the guy has his own lights on. You know, that's what he's got, this light bulb on in his head. He's got the big idea, about life, and have nothing but respect for him.
Yep.
Every time I've spoken with him, he just exudes positivity, and you just love talking to the guy because just the way he is,
Yep. And Brother Dave up in Minnesota and his brother John. Wow. It's just, and don't forget Gerald out in Pennsylvania, Brother Jerry and his lady. And I'm just, I'm running out of energy, guys. So it's 9:30. We got about 23 minutes over. I'm going to let you go for tonight. I thank you very much. If you want to make a love donation, send it Cash App to $McFadden Chance on Cash App, $McFadden Chance. Or if you want to order the RV protocol papers, they're $50 to the same Cash App address. Or on wise.com, you can send $50 to Brian, Bryan, Paul, Paul, McFadden, McFadden. And my email address is chancemusic@yahoo.com. I'm available for consultation as a constitutional lawyer. And by the way, somebody else in this group is also a constitutional lawyer and doesn't get enough credit for it. And that's Dr. Weedman. He is also a constitutional lawyer, just like myself, and has worked very diligently against the courts to try to help people. Okay? So I like to give credit where credit is due. But anyway, I thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We appreciate your donations, and we appreciate you ordering the RV protocol papers. And any papers ordered tonight will be sent out tomorrow morning by email. Make sure I have your email address. My email address is chancemusic@yahoo.com. My name is Chance McFadden. This is Dr. Robert Weedman. And Doc G, the one and only, the producer of this show. He is the man that makes the magic, okay? I love you guys. And Wyatt, I know you may be watching, but I love you, brother. Thanks for coming on. Fascinating, Brian. You get well. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, we miss you, Wyatt. Hope you come back on, and Brian and everybody else. So
it's great.
May the good Lord take a liking to you.
Yeah, same to you. God bless you all. Okay, I'm out of here. Good night, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Love you all.